Look at the rasmalai, doesn't that look perfect? It has absorbed all the rust, that is the rabdi that we made, and it is very spongy and juicy. Hey guys, in this video we are going to make perfect halwai style rasmalai recipe. Making rasmalai is very easy, yet it's slightly tricky, but I'm going to make it easier for you. Now time to boil the milk. We will begin the recipe by taking a kadhai. Into the kadhai I will add in 1 liter of milk. Today I am using packaged milk. It is toned milk of 3% fat and about 8.5% solids, that is solids not fat. Now we will add it to a kadhai and heat it up. Please do not use full fat or whole milk of buffalo. Today I am using 3% buffalo milk, and we will continuously stir this and get this to a boil. One small tip to you, if you are using full fat milk, what you can do is boil the milk, then chill the milk for about 8 hours, remove the malai from top, then reboil the milk and then make the rasgulla or rasmalai. Too much of fat in the milk can change the texture of rasgulla. That is the reason we need to use low fat milk. To curdle the milk, you can use a little bit of lemon juice or vinegar. Today I am using vinegar, about 2 tablespoons. I am adding it to a bowl, and I will add in the same amount of normal water, room temperature water to this. So our vinegar water mixture is ready. Now we will just continue stirring the milk. The milk is boiling now. I will turn off the flame and let it cool down for about 2 minutes. While the milk is cooling down for us, we will prepare the utensil. So here I have a big bowl. In this I will place a colander. You can also use a soup strainer if you want to. On top of the colander or the soup strainer, we will place a muslin cloth. You can also use a cheesecloth or markin kapda. Today I am using markin ka kapda. You can also use a napkin or a dupatta if you want to. Now the milk is about hot. I can touch the milk, it is very hot, but I can touch it. It usually takes about 2 to 3 minutes for milk to come down to this temperature. Now we will pour in little bit of vinegar at a time, that is the vinegar water mixture at a time, and start curdling the milk. Just keep stirring it. You can notice how the milk has separated into curdles and the whey. So our chena is ready. We will collect it, but before that we have to cool it down immediately. For that we will pour some ice cold water on top of the chena. Now the chena is at room temperature. It is ready to be collected. We will pour it down to the colander contraption that we made earlier. I will pour some fresh water on top of it to get rid of the vinegar smell. If you are using lemon juice, you still have to do it. We don't want any lemon juice or vinegar flavor in our rasgullas, so wash it really well with some cold water. Now we have to start squeezing the chena to get rid of all that extra water. For that, just collect all the sides and then start squeezing it. If you don't squeeze it really well, what will happen is there will be a lot of moisture in the chena that can ruin your rasgullas. So just start squeezing it. You can also hang it for about 4 hours if you have the time. I am squeezing it right now using hands because I don't want to wait for 4 hours for all the water to drain. Also, once in a while loosen it like this and then start squeezing it again to get rid of more water. The chena is almost done. I will keep it aside for about 10 to 15 minutes. In the meanwhile, let's prepare the rabdi and the syrup. In this small kadhai, I will add in 500 ml of milk, that is half the quantity of milk which we used for the rasgullas. While it is heating, we will also add in the saffron to it. Saffron is basically kesar. Kesar is added mostly for flavor. Color will be brought in using food color. Most halwais use low quality fake saffron guys. Use good quality ingredients guys. That is the reason you are making it at home. Enough of talking. I will next add in the cardamom powder to this. Rasmalai is a recipe which is incomplete without cardamom powder. Very important it is. I will also add in some nuts to it. You can skip the nuts if you want to. I am using pista and almonds today. Now I will mix all of these for about a minute. Now to bring the color in our rasmalai, we will add in food color to this. Today I am using kesar orange color and lemon yellow color, a little bit of both. This color will also get much more intense as we cook it. Now we will keep stirring this and bring this to a boil. After getting it to a boil, we will cook it for about 2 to 3 minutes. Looks good to me. Now I will add in the sugar to this. 100 grams of sugar, that is about half a cup of sugar. I know it's a lot of sugar guys, but Rasmalai will get its sweetness only from this sugar and not the syrup. So 100 grams of sugar, I will mix it really well and cook it for about 4 to 5 minutes. Our rabdi for the Rasmalai is almost ready. You can see how it is still liquidy. It should be like this. If it is thick, then our rasgullas won't absorb it. So it looks perfect to me. I will turn off the flame and keep it aside. To make the syrup for our rasgullas, we will heat up a big kadhai or a cooker. Today I am using a kadhai and I will add in 2 cups of sugar to this. 2 cups of sugar is about 400 grams of sugar. I will add in about 6 cups of water to this now. 6 cups of water is about 1.5 liter of water. We will stir this and bring this to a boil. Many halwais add in hydro powder to the syrup to make it much more whiter. It is not important to add. While the syrup is cooking, let us prepare the rasgullas. So here I have a plate to which I am going to add in the chena. See the texture of chena guys, it is dry but has very little moisture. Perfect to make rasgullas or rasmalai. If your chena is not like this, please don't proceed further. Make it dry if it is very moist. If it is very dry, then add 1 drop of water. My chena looks perfect. Now we will start kneading it. So I am kneading it like this. You have to do it the same way using your palms. We have to knead it until the particle size is smaller, that is the grain size. You can notice how the grains are very thick right now. We will knead it until it gets very smooth. If the particles of this chena are not very small, then it can disintegrate into the syrup. Basically it can break in the syrup. The time required to knead the chena will totally depend upon the milk quality and the chena quality. It usually takes about 3 minutes for me. Sometimes it can also take about 10 minutes. After about 3 minutes, you can notice how our chena has come together and it is looking very good and smooth. I will add in about half a teaspoon of corn flour to this right now. You can also use arrowroot powder, or what I mean is आप arrowroot भी use कर सकते हो अगर आप चाहो तो. I will just start mixing it and massaging it again using my palms. It is very important to do it. It will take about 2 to 3 minutes more to mix it really well. My chena is ready. You can notice how the texture is. It is ready to be divided and made into rasgullas now. I will divide it into 10 to 12 portions. Now take one chena portion and keep it between your palms. Start massaging it between your palms and then smoothen it like I am doing right now. You basically have to roll it between your palms. I will make all the rasmalai portions like this. After we cook it, these will double up into large rasmalais. You can also make normal size rasmalai or small rasmalai that we get in most halwai shops. You will be able to make 18 to 20 rasmalais if you make it small. Now let's cook it. You can notice how the syrup is boiling right now. It should boil like this. Now I will add in the rasmalai portions to this. I mean the chena portions to this. In high flame we will cook it for about 15 minutes, and you can also cover it if you want to. I mean you can cover the pan or the cooker if you want to, but it is not important. Keep checking these flat rasgullas after every 2 or 3 minutes. Use very light hands to handle them. You can turn them if you want to after every 3 or 4 minutes. After about 15 minutes, our rasgullas are ready. I mean our flat rasgullas for rasmalais are ready. You can see how they look absolutely perfect, double in size, as well as they are looking perfect in color. Now we will turn off the flame. Let them rest in the hot syrup for about 5 minutes. After about 5 minutes, take a big bowl with some ice. We have to stabilize the rasgullas. For that, we will just pour in the syrup into the ice bowl. I am using about 10 ice cubes right now. I will pour the syrup into the ice cubes and then add the rasgullas to it. The halwais use two syrup, that is one syrup for cooking the rasgullas and the second syrup for storing them, that is done to stabilize it, and we are doing it the same by using only one syrup. For that we have used the ice cubes to cool it down as well as to make it thinner. Now we will keep the rasgullas in the ice itself for about 30 minutes. This way they will get stable and remain very spongy. After about 30 minutes, our flat rasgullas are ready. Now we will add it to the rabdi that we made earlier. Now to make the rasmalai, what we will do is take the flat rasgulla and press it between our fingers to get rid of the excess syrup, and then add it to the rabdi that we made earlier. It is very simple guys, just press it with light hands between your fingers and add it to the rabdi. Now before eating this, you have to wait for at least 4 hours guys, otherwise the rasgullas will not absorb the rabdi. It will take about 4 to 5 hours minimum. After about 4 hours, the rasgullas will absorb all the rabdi, it will absorb the color and it will be very tasty. You can keep it in the fridge and eat it after 4 hours. Our rasmalai is ready guys. To serve it, I am placing it in a baking tray just to bring that halwai look. You can place it in any bowl that you like. So here is my rasmalai and it looks absolutely delicious. Let me try it. The beauty of this recipe is that the rasmalais, that is the rasgullas in this case, have absorbed all the milk and it is very spongy and juicy inside. It's not like many recipes where they just pour the rabdi on top and rabdi is very thick. That way the rasgulla doesn't really absorb the malai, or basically the liquid that we made for the rasmalai. You got the point, I think. It is very juicy. Even you can see this shot where I'm squeezing the rasmalai. Doesn't it look perfect? The only thing that is left for you now is to make this at home. So try it out and share with me how it goes for you. Thank you so much for watching this one. I hope to see you in my next video. Till then, make sure to click the subscribe button and ring the bell icon beside it so that you get notified as soon as I post new videos on the channel. Bye.